not your regular vegan, guys. It's Amelia, and I am here to do, I am actually doing a video live this time. This is something new to me. I usually do just like a video and then I do a voiceover afterwards. But this time, I'm going to take you guys live on this journey to do something that I've never done before. So welcome and thank you for joining me for that. Remember, if you like the video, go ahead and smash the like button. And if you want to know when I post other videos, just go ahead and subscribe and hit the little bell so to let you know when I post a new video. So, what totally good, totally vegan thing are we going to cook today? Well, so my mom got a air fryer for Christmas. And of course, instead of buying one, I just went and borrowed her. So today, I am going to use this borrowed air fryer from my mom, and I'm going to turn some regular fried green tomatoes, some corn on the cob, and some cauliflower into a totally good, totally vegan version of all of those things. Now, like if you've been watching my video for a while, you know I'm from the South, and one of the things that we love in the South are fried green tomatoes, and I love fried green tomatoes. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to try this air fryer. It's the first time I've tried it, so trying it with you guys for the first time is either going to be a good thing or a fail. We're going to find out together. But I'm going to do the fried green tomato. Let's talk about our ingredients. What I have is some flour. And with the flour, I have put in some seasonings. I've used garlic powder, onion powder, some salt and pepper, some paprika, and some smoked paprika. I seasoned my flour really well with that. And then I have, so how we're going to make this vegan is we're not going to use egg wash. We're just going to use a simple vegan non-dairy milk here. And I use almond milk all the time, so that's almond milk. And then, of course, right here, I have panko breadcrumbs and just a little of cornmeal, and that's going to give our green tomatoes a nice crispy crunchy texture, and it's going to be so good. Now, and of course, you know, we have our other seasons like a sea salt, some olive oil. I am going to use, now in the air fryer, the thing about the air fryer is you don't have to deep fry everything. You just take a little splash of oil and you splash it on whatever you're frying, and it fries it up really good. So here I have some olive oil. You can use the oil spray aerosol can if you want, but I'm not a huge fan of those, so I don't use the oil spray. So when getting your tomato, you want to make sure that you get a really unripened tomato, actually. And an unripe tomato is really firm. It's not squishy or anything like that. You want a real unripened tomato so they make a really, really good texture and thickness for your fried green tomatoes. So I'm actually going to use a tomato that I've already cleaned and started to cut up. So I'm going to cut my tomato really thin, kind of thin, not too thick, just a little thin, crispy, so it has nice crispy. If you like yours really thick, you can make them thick if you want to. But I'm going to cut mine up a little thin. And now that my tomatoes are all cut up, I am going to sprinkle just a little salt and pepper on them. Just a tad bit of salt and pepper on my tomatoes. Now, before I start to coat my tomatoes, this bad boy over here, I am going to preheat this. I'm going to get it ready. I'm going to press start. And I am going to put the temperature on 400 and put the timer on about 3 minutes. And I'm just going to let that go ahead and start to preheat itself. You hear it? It's getting ready. It's getting ready. Sounds almost like it's a really, really big motor in there. So anyway, alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, I've already salt and peppered my tomatoes. I'm going to dip them in the flour first. Get them coated really well with the flour. And then I'm going to make sure you knock off that extra flour there. It's okay to get a little messy. That's how good cooks do. They get stuff messy. Then I'm going to dredge it a little in my milk. Knock it off. And then I'm going to dip it in and coat it really well with my cornmeal and panko breadcrumbs. I'm going to do that for everyone. I've done cutting up my tomatoes and coating them. I've done cutting up my tomatoes and they're coated really well. Just going to sprinkle a little bit more salt and pepper on them. Have cracked pepper. Our air fryer is almost done preheating and heating up, but in the meantime, before you put them in there, you want to make sure that you spread just a little bit of oil on top of your green tomatoes so that they can fry up really well and get really crispy. So I just use a little sponge here, a little brush, and dabble a little olive oil on each one of these. And the good thing about this, you do need a little oil to get frying, but the good thing about it is you don't have to like dredge or dump the whole thing and deep fry them, which is what makes this a little bit more healthier, is that you don't have to deep fry it. And you just put a little oil on it. So now that our air fryer is done preheating, I'm actually going to use some olive oil spray to spray the pan in here, the liner in here, so it doesn't stick. So I'm just going to open it up, spray that in there, and then I am going to carefully place in my tomatoes on the side that I did not put the oil on. And you don't want them to stick to touch each other. You don't want them to stick together. And because you want them to make sure that they get fried, so that they fry evenly. Alright. Let's see, I know I can get one more in there. So I'm going to put my tomatoes in here. And I'm going to put my air fryer on 400 for 8 minutes. That's right, it is only going to take 8 minutes to complete these to have some really good. So it has been 3 minutes. I am going to open it up. Look how crispy they're getting. Look. Okay, so I'm going to flip these guys over real quick. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the olive oil. Just dab a little olive oil on each one. Alright, now I am going to stick these back in here. And it's going to continue on its own, and it's going to cook for the next 3 minutes. And we just, okay, so they're ready. Let's open them up and see what they look like. Oh, look at there. Really nice. Look, nice crisp to them. They fried up really well. You know what? I'm kind of surprised. Nice crisp. They're still battered really well. Now, once they get out, I am just going to sprinkle a little bit more salt and pepper on them. And I am going to let these little guys cool. They look so good. Ooh, they have a nice crispy texture to them. They're not soggy or anything, because soggy fried green tomatoes are the worst. Like, you don't even want to go there. But these have a really good texture to them. I'm going to let these guys cool. I cannot wait to try them. But before we get into these, I'm going to let them cool, and then we're going to work on our buffalo cauliflower wings. So now that we have finished our fried green tomatoes, I'm going to pair those with some vegan cauliflower wings, some buffalo cauliflower wings. So, of course, what do we need to know first? Our ingredients. And what we have here, some good old frozen cauliflower. You can find this at any grocery store. It's the ones that you put the steamables in the steam bag, but we don't steam them. It's just good old frozen cauliflower. I have some flour, same flour I had with those tomatoes. I added a little bit more seasoning, some garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, and smoked paprika in the flour here. I am going to just use the same milk that I use for the tomatoes because it's all veggies, so it doesn't matter. This is some almond milk that I've used for the tomatoes, and I have I added a little bit more panko crumbs to make for the crispiness. Now, and your favorite buffalo sauce, whatever your favorite buffalo sauce is, or you can make your own buffalo sauce. But my life is not set up where I have time to do that, so I just buy some good old vegan buffalo sauce. Yeah. So the difference between how we're going to batter the cauliflower is we're going to make a batter for the cauliflower. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pour my flour into the bowl here. And I'm just going to add the milk slowly because I don't want it to be soupy. I want it to be a nice thick batter. And we're going to pretend like this is a whisk. I couldn't find my whisk. This is actually the bread maker from my KitchenAid mixer. So we're just going to use that and see how that works. And we're going to whisk it up really good. And we're just going to keep adding our milk until we get a nice batter that we can dip our cauliflower wings in. So you want to stir your batter until you have no more lumps in the batter because you want it to be able to spread really well once you dip the cauliflower in it. Okay, so we have our batter. What I'm going to do is take each cauliflower. I'm just going to throw some cauliflower in here and dip it around in the batter and get it coated really well. Get it coated really well. Now you want to drain as much of the batter you can off. You don't want the batter dripping when you take it out. So drain as much of the batter as you can off. Whoop, that didn't work well. Drain as much as you can off. Oh my God. I'm so crazy. Alright. Dip it in your... I'm just going to use my hand here. This is not working. Dip it in and coat it a little bit with your breadcrumbs. And repeat. I have done coating all of my cauliflower wings. Look at them. They look really good and crispy. They're going to be very crispy. So I am going to actually spray these with the olive oil because it's a lot better to spray these and get all the spray in the crevices and things. It's not a smooth surface. So it's better to spray these with a little olive oil for frying. Now, before I do that, I am going to warm up this bad boy again. Going to warm him up this time to 350. I'm going to warm him up 350 for 3 minutes. While we coat our cauliflower wings to get ready to put them in the fryer. So we're just going to place these in there really carefully. These are so okay. So I'm going to pop this back in here and we're going to cook the cauliflower wings on 350 for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So the cauliflower wings have been in here for about half the time, for about 7 minutes. So I'm going to open them up and check and see how they're doing. Okay. They're frying up pretty well. Pretty well. They're frying up pretty well. They're starting to form a crispiness. They're starting to form a crispiness. And I'm going to put them back in there. Alright, let's go. Okay, so wow. I think I'm going to cook them a little bit more for about 5 more minutes. I'll still see some area, but it's not totally the flour isn't totally cooked. So I'm probably going to put these guys in here for about 5 more minutes. So our cauliflower wings are done after I put them in there for a little extra 5 minutes. And yep, that is perfect. Look at that crispiness. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to try these. These wings. Nice little crispy. Coated really well. Cooked really good. Now the thing about cauliflower wings is you want to eat them almost immediately or as quick as you can, because you know cauliflower has a high water content, so eventually they'll soften up. But if you don't want them to soften up and you want crispy, eat them as quick as you can. So I'm going to sprinkle a little salt on these guys. Now I am going to toss them, because I'm making buffalo wings. I am going to toss them in my favorite vegan buffalo sauce. I'm just going to do a little bit of them at a time. I'm just going to spray a little sauce, pour a little sauce. There are my lemon pepper buffalo wings, and I'm probably not going to sauce these guys. I don't like for all of them to be sauce. I need just a little break from the sauce. But these are buffalo cauliflower wings made in the air fryer, and these are just the regular cauliflower wings. If you don't, let's call them naked cauliflower wings. If you don't want sauce, they're naked wings. So now that we have completed our fried green tomatoes and our cauliflower wings, I'm going to make one more thing in the air fryer, and that is roasted corn. Well, actually, I wanted Mexican style corn, but I didn't have all the stuff I needed for the Mexican style corn, and I didn't feel like going to the grocery store, so I just made it look like Mexican corn. How I did that, I used my favorite vegan butter. I used some smoked paprika, some Creole seasoning just to give it just a tad bit of kick, and salt and pepper. So we're just simply going to put these guys. You don't need any oil or anything for this one, because you already have the butter on it, which provides like sort of oil for the frying or the roasting of it. So I'm just going to throw these guys in there for about 10 minutes at 350. And ooh, that looks good. I think the corn is good and roasted enough, don't you guys think? So there it is. The air fryer has roasted some corn for us. Hear it sizzling. This thing is awesome. So we're just going to put that corn there. And there you have it. Air fried corn. So now that everything is ready, it is time for the tasting. Everything looks good. The air fryer did a really good job. One of the things I like about the air fryer is the cleanup. The cleanup, so easy. If the cleanup is easy. You don't have to worry about oil popping you in the face, all your arms, things like that. That's my favorite part. There was no oil popping issues. So first thing we did were our tomatoes, our fried green tomatoes. Let's see how they turned out. It was still crispy. Nice texture. Oh my god, this is so good. Okay, little air fryer, listen, this is so good. I am really surprised at how well these green tomatoes turned out. They're really crispy. They have a nice flavor. Oh my, I'm sorry. That's really good. That's really good. I recommend the air fryer for that. The next thing is the cauliflower wings. Now, I'm a huge fan of cauliflower wings because, they're just really good. I have a variety. I have some sauce, or I have some naked cauliflower wings. I'm going to try the sauce because I'm a saucy girl. I like sauces. Okay. Let's see. Really crispy. Has a crispy texture to it. Mmm. Yes. So good. Really good. And corn, I'm not going to try the corn because that'll just be, you know, corn is corn, and eating corn can be a little messy. I don't want to do that. But you can see how the corn turned out. It turned out really well. So, man, they're so, I am really surprised. Like, really. My mom may not get this back. Oh, man. I'm going to have to call her. She might not get this back. But I am really surprised at how well everything turned out with the air fryer. The vegan, the totally good, totally vegan. This is some good vegan southern goodness. Fried green tomatoes, really, really good. The cauliflower wings and the roasted corn. You guys, this air fryer is, I can kick it with the air fryer. I really like it. I don't think I would miss the popping grease and the cleanup area. I mean, everything is really good, and it turned out really good, and you wouldn't know if it was fried, deep fried, or the air fryer, really, to be honest with you. Comment below if you've tried some things in the air fryer. Comment below, tell me what you've tried in the air fryer, or let me know what you guys would like for me to turn vegan and try in the air fryer. I would totally love to do that. So here it is. Totally good, totally vegan, air fryer appetizers. So if you like this video, remember, go ahead, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see other videos that I have. Also follow me on IG at Not Your Regular Vegan. Until next time, guys, see you later. I am going to enjoy these green tomatoes.